Hello and welcome. You're watching One India News. My name is Pankaj Mishra, and November the 7th is going to be the D-Day. Obviously, the much anticipated assembly elections for 2023 are starting, and the states that are going to polls, obviously, the political pundits are giving a thumbs up and a heads up for the Congress. Joining us to discuss what strategy would Congress provide, Tehseen Poonawalla needs no introduction. A man who is known for his delivery, commentary on issues that I believe matter a lot in this country, especially during the elections. So, Tessin, thank you so much for speaking to us. Tomorrow, big day. What's the strategy? What's the plan? How things are going to roll?
Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you for having me on your lovely platform. And in advance, happy Diwali to all your viewers and subscribers. And I do hope it's a happy Diwali for the Congress and the opposition because you know that the opposition requires it. So you just hope for that. I think it's going good. I think what is amazing is the Congress has put up a fight in all the states. They seem to have a spring in their stride. And for some reason, the Honorable Prime Minister's campaign, because you know the Prime Minister comes down with a blitzkrieg, he comes down heavy, hard, he fights each election as if it's his last election, hasn't got the momentum. So I do think that the BJP is slightly cold, maybe conserving energy for the Lok Sabha elections, but the Congress is out there. So kudos to the Congress on that.
All right. So two states as of now, if we can focus on as of now, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. Chhattisgarh goes to the first phase of elections tomorrow. And one critical aspect that BJP is harping on, and I believe that could be, the loss of any solid reasoning against the ruling dispensation of Congress in the state, is the Mahadev betting app. And as it turns out, there are multiple loopholes also at times, and there are claims and counterclaims being made as per this. Do you believe this app fiasco can have the potential to maybe turn away the voters or maybe shift focus?
No, not in the case of Chhattisgarh. It's come too late by the BJP. The
Mhm.
obvious question that the any voter would ask is, it's an app which comes under the IT ministry, not under the chief minister. How can the chief minister protect an app? The IT ministry
Yeah.
can block the app any given point of time. Number one. Number two,
Mhm.
why has this come out on the eve of the elections? So
That's it.
it won't affect. And you know, everyone that I spoke to in Chhattisgarh, they laughed. They said, "Oh,
Mhm.
do you think Mr. Baghel or T.A. Singh, Congress is so stupid," and I'm using this word deliberately, to have 500 odd crores in a five-star hotel car in the basement in the, there are only two five-star hotels in Raipur, and in the car in a basement in a luxury car. I mean, how
Mhm.
stupid is that? And then the prime minister is using a driver's testimony. Not that I'm making a distinguish between a driver is also hardworking, the prime minister to
Mhm.
make a driver's testimony. So people can
How
see through it.
addressing.
Yeah,
Right.
people can see through it.
Absolutely. Talking about Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel, he is one guy who knew from the beginning, as we have seen also, that he knew his task is cut out, dealing with the tribals, also a newly carved state, a relatively new carved state. His role as the Chief Minister, how is the acceptance level? How are the ratings for him if we talk about the general people of Chhattisgarh?
By far very high. There is no competition because BJP has not projected any other chief minister. Now, Raman Singh, of course, Amit Shah ji flew down with him to file the nomination paper, but Raman Singh ji was almost ignored right till the end, just like Vasundhara in BJP, in Rajasthan, I'm sorry. And, Raman Singh was not seen. Baghel ji was visible. Two factors will make a massive difference. One, Chhattisgarh has the lowest unemployment in the country as per the Niti Aayog report. Number two, it's done the best performance on the multidimensional poverty upliftment. But more importantly, even during COVID, T.S. Singhdeo, a rival to Baghelji, was the best performing health minister. So on both these aspects, Chhattisgarh has done so well. I actually was telling the top leadership of the Congress that when we have a Rahul Gandhi model or a Congress model, it must include Chhattisgarh, some social welfare from Rajasthan, and some from Karnataka. We must have a model that includes success in these states. So Chhattisgarh has provided certain amount of success, which could be a counter to the Modi ji model.
Absolutely. And, not far away in neighboring Madhya Pradesh, Congress today itself, Priyanka Gandhi ji, announced, 3,000 rupees for, as a, election swap, I believe, for those who are out of jobs or something of that sort. My point here is if you have to counter development with development, then these sops that come into picture, these doles that come into picture, do you believe that it has still got that kind of heft in states like Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh?
So I don't like the word doles or reverie as the Honorable Prime Minister uses it, because we are
Hmm.
a welfare state. We are a welfare state. That's why we became
Okay.
independent, right, from British. We were a welfare state. And the
Mhm.
topmost capital states are all welfare states. If you look at the Scandinavian countries, it is our duty to make sure our fellow citizens have the same opportunities that Pankaj, you and I as Tehseen have. So
Mhm.
that is the promise of Nehru. He says in Twisted Destiny to wipe every tear from every eye, and that should be Congress's promise. You should never
Mhm.
shy away from being a welfare state. But that must go hand in hand by building a competitive, meritocratic society, a society that allows businesses to flourish without crony capitalism. So I think if you
Mhm.
can have a mixture of those two, you can have a model, but we owe
Okay.
it to our citizens to be a welfare state. Just look at the malnourishment, for example, in India. The Indian kids are terribly malnourished.
Mhm.
India is the only nation, for example, whose citizens' height hasn't grown as to average height as to compared to other countries. So we owe it that we give them nutritious food, we give them jobs, we give them electricity. That's our duty and our commitment as an independent nation. We must stand even more firmly by it.
Absolutely. I mean, that is something that I would say, 75 years down the line must be ensured of down the line from freedom. Also, talking about, once again, the safeguarding the future and also giving jobs, employment, that is one critical aspect. Rajasthan at times has found itself in the eye of the storm as far as the paper leak is concerned, the examination, and that's what Prime Minister Modi also harped on during his recent visit to Rajasthan. How, as of now, critical it is for Congress in order to keep its house in order so that the front that is being put in front of the people in these elections seems to be united.
The House of the Congress now is in order.
Okay.
I admit, and I will never misguide you or your viewers, there were certain differences between Gelot ji and Sachin Pilot ji. Why hide that? But today they're fighting as one unit. It's the BJP on the other hand, whether it's Rathore ji, who's the ex-BJP president, or Rathore ji, who's the union minister, Gajendra Shekhawat ji, CP Joshi ji of BJP, who's the PCC president of Rajasthan BJP, who are facing
Mhm.
massive protests, black flags, BJP offices being stoned, CP Joshi ji, the BJP CP Joshi ji, his house being stoned, his office being burnt. So they are facing internal protests. In fact, Modi ji and Amit Shah ji tried to ignore Vasundhara Raje ji. During the Women's Reservation Bill celebration, Vasundhara Raje ji, being the only woman on stage, was not allowed to speak.
Mhm.
They've had to, like Raman Singh ji, bring her back in because they realized the organization was crashing. Congress is a much stronger unit as of today. That I
Right.
do not want to say, like Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, Congress is winning
Mhm.
Rajasthan. It's a very tough fight. But the fact that
Yeah.
it's a tough fight in Rajasthan, as opposed to a one sided fight where Rajasthan changes,
Mhm.
is kudos to the Congress. And therefore, I started my talk with you. Congress is fighting.
Right, absolutely. You're right. When it comes to Rajasthan, Tehseen, I was yeah, in the back of my mind. I had the fact that two states that I would say for the last was Rajasthan and then
Yeah.
Telangana. You're right. You're calling a spade a spade. I appreciate that. One final word: Telangana breaching KCR's bastion. How big a challenge for Congress because BJP at times, both of them, TRS and BJP, appear to be on the same side of the coin.
Yeah, and Congress came up with a very creative campaign. They distributed these wedding cards. KCR, BRS marries BJP.
Marries BJP.
So I think it's critical for Congress to win Telangana. If the Congress wins the state of Telangana, they're very close to winning it. If they don't score self goals and they win it, because the Congress loves scoring self goals. Okay, so if the Congress doesn't score self goal and wins Telangana,
Mhm.
two things will happen fundamentally. Number one,
Mhm.
the Congress, Southern India would change. Southern India would be BJP Mukt. Because Karnataka, the BJP is completely destroyed. They haven't been
Yeah.
able to appoint
Yeah.
an LOP. They're in a crisis. With Karnataka and Telangana, Congress would have the muscle power to contest the national elections. It'll have enough resources, and I don't mean money wise because people will jump on it. I mean resources politically to fight the Lok Sabha elections with Telangana and Karnataka. Even if the Congress comes close to forming a government, but BRS forms a government, in the Lok Sabha, the Congress will sweep Telangana along with Karnataka simply because a lot of votes that would not have come to Congress this time because they
Mhm.
just don't want the BJP to come, so they're still betting on BRS in the Lok Sabha will vote Congress en masse. So the Congress only has to gain. The BJP is in a very precarious situation in South India. If the Congress pulls off Telangana, 10 years, you won't see BJP in South India.
Well, that would be something that we will definitely wait and watch on December 3rd. You're absolutely right. Corruption is also one factor that drove BJP out of Karnataka, and this time around, corruption also is becoming a key issue in Telangana. Tehseen, thank you so much, brother, for
Thank you,
speaking.
Pankaj. Have a great day and happy Diwali to all your viewers in advance.
Same greetings to you and
Thanks,
your
Pankaj.
family for the festive season. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pankaj.
Thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks. Cheers. Bye.